Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to open this meeting for the Polk County Board of Commissioners for Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. All commissioners are present. Announcements are on the agendas and extra copies are on that side table. First item up is for comments for items not on the agenda.
Well, Chair, I'd like to just mention that today the healing wall in Pence will be put together and it will be for viewing Friday, Saturday and Sunday, just north of Independence. So make sure you go in there and pay your tribute to the Vietnam veterans.
Okay. Hearing nothing further, moving on, approval of agenda.
Also move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, passed unanimously. Approval of the minutes from September 10th.
Move approval.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, passed unanimously. Approval of consent calendar.
Also move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, passed unanimously. Monthly treasurer's report. Treasurer is not here, but we do have a copy that's been emailed of a report. Do we have any questions or comments?
Cash position looks healthy. I've got questions for the board. I'm good.
Okay,
I'm good.
all right. Nothing further? Verified? Okay, thank you. Unpaid property tax on manufactured homes. Miss Caitlin. Please come forward. We have about 40 questions
Oh,
for you
good.
regarding this. I'm
Good. I
kidding.
brought back up.
We're
I
not.
was gonna phone a friend, but. Okay, so before you is order number 2511, which is requesting that we write off a manufactured structure account that has a balance. The manufactured structure has been abandoned and caught fire and is completely destroyed. They have already hired, the park has hired an attorney, has went through the steps to try and get it off the tax roll so that they can get a new manufactured structure inside that space and free up the property tax account so that the assessors can assess tax on the new piece of property that would take that spot. The total dollar amount is like $500.72 of tax, but with fees, it's a $612 write-off the tax roll. Any questions?
For the record, I guess one of the things I'd like for you to do is to help citizens understand how many times or how few times this action actually takes place.
Yes, I think we historically have done it every year and there's only like one account, but we didn't do it last year. So the year before that, I believe there was 2 accounts that got written off, but it's done very seldom. And for the most part, the assessors team has went through and made sure that they went through the process and it makes sense to do this. It's not just like it's a, piece of property that they just haven't paid their tax on. It's destroyed, it's gone. There's usually a set of circumstances that they've met for us to bring this to you guys to request the write-off.
Yeah. Good.
I have no questions, so I'll move to approve order number 25-11.
Second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, passed unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, team.
Good job, assessors and Tara.
All right, Public Works Department update. Team effort. Morning.
Good morning.
Since you both are on the record, I'll ask you to identify yourselves for the record.
Todd Whitaker, Public Works Director.
Stephen Kale, engineer for the county.
Thank you.
Leave your ID at the table.
Pardon me?
Leave your ID at the table, we'll verify.
So Public Works update, start with Personnel, we are fully staffed now, which has been a challenge for us to do for the past 4 or 5 years, but we finally achieved that. We have a lot of new staff, so our production level probably isn't where it needs to be or where it used to be when we, had a more experienced staff. But we've got some good talented folks, and so we'll get there. From an equipment standpoint, we've got a new brusher that we're in the process of purchasing. We've got that quoted. This will be another one of the Intergreens because that machine has worked out so well and it's so versatile. So that one has just been quoted at just a touch over 300,000. Probably be bringing that down to the board for approval to purchase that in a week or so. Next in line would be a tractor and lowboy. That's a little bit more complicated because there's some design issues to go through to get those two matched up right to be able to haul the quantity of rock that we want to. So I need to sit down with the rep for the Kenworth and kind of go through some of that stuff. We've just contracted a bridge master plan where David Evans and Associates is going to come through and take a look at all of our bridges and give us a priority list of recommendations for, repairs, rehabilitation, and or replacements for our county bridges, including the ones that are non-NBI bridges that don't get an annual inspection. So I'll let Stephen talk about some projects and some maintenance that we're doing on the road crew.
Good morning. So I'm going to go through a few of all the county projects from maintenance standpoint to things that we've hired out. So starting with our paving and preservation. So we've got patch paving coming up here. We've got a paving window the end of this month where we're going to be working kind of out in the northwest quadrant, doing some patch paving, addressing some reg quality issues out there. Crack seal, our road crew completed crack seal in the northwest quadrant, West Salem area in July. We did that work for about a month, and that kind of prepares us for any future pavement preservation for the future if we end up doing chip seal next year. We will be putting out an overlay package next year. We are kind of developing that package right now. But we're looking to put that project out to bid in December so we can lock in a contractor early. The road selection for that is underway right now. Striping and safety improvements. We have our annual striping project that's going on right now. SPM is our contractor. They're about 63% done as of right now after yesterday. This work also includes striping for some of the safety improvements for the arts signage and striping grant that we have. And that work is basically just to help improve nighttime wet weather safety visibility issues that we've had on some of our higher ADT roads. The striping portion of that was just completed yesterday actually, and the signage portion will be completed by year end. So that's moving along. Arts, Riddle, and Clow. We've got a trolley system that we're looking to put in at the intersection of Riddle Road and Clow Road. Our county crews are going to handle most of that work. We're going to do a lot of that work in-house, but we are going to be contracting with a concrete contractor to come out and pour some footings for us for some of the larger signs that need to get installed out on Clow Corner. As well as Western Systems is going to be out there to help during the install of all the electrical components. Some of the drainage and structure projects we've got going on, there's a large 60-inch corrugated metal pipe out on Davidson Road that we're going to be replacing at the end of this month. That pipe has been ordered and is going to be delivered within the next week or so on site out there. Our road crew is going to handle that project completely in-house. That does require a road closure, which I believe you guys were discussed on Monday. And schools, the bus barn for Central School District, EMS, and all utilities, pertinent utilities have been notified of that closure so they can adjust accordingly for that time frame. Out on Sawtell Road, we're gonna be replacing a catch basin. We've got a catch basin out there that was installed. I don't even know when it was actually installed, but it's met the end of its life, let's just say that. And so we're actively working on, we have all the materials and everything on hand out at the Public Works yard. And we'll be doing that immediately after the Davidson Road culvert, getting that installed and ready for the heavy traffic that it sees with log trucks and just different stuff like that. Some other maintenance projects that we've done earlier this year and we're actually completing right now is grader ditching. We've gone around and we have completed approximately 30 miles of grader ditching. That's all county forces. Also pulling shoulders where we go around and clean up all of our gravel shoulders along our paved roads. And that basically mimics what our striping list will be for next year, so that we're getting the maximum effect of our fog line that we put out every other year. A couple bridge projects we've got coming up would be on Greenwood Road. We have a back wall replacement. We're going to be replacing both back walls on the smaller Greenwood Bridge. This work has been identified in the ODOT inspection reports as something that needs to be addressed. And so our crew is going to handle that. Along with that, also identified in ODOT inspection reports is we have a bridge out on DeYoung Road that will going to be pushing a pile, which is basically just reinforcing the support system for the bridge. And that'll be completely done in-house as well with our bridge crew. So facilities and sidewalks, we've got the courthouse parking lot that we're looking at getting paved as soon as we can. RFQ have gone out to our preferred contractors. Quotes are due back December 25th. And we have stipulated as part of that RFQ that this work be completed by October 15th. So we'll give you an update on that once we get those quotes back from them. Out at the Safe Routes to School project, we do have a few sidewalk panels that are needing to be replaced to improve some drainage issues that have become apparent to us. We're working with some contractors to get some quotes and get that done here before rains come this fall. Some of the programs and data collection we've got coming up, they're kind of exciting projects for us, is our road data collection RFP. We're gonna be putting one out to some consultants. And this work is basically to help us gather important information about our roads across our entire paved road network. It's gonna be collecting data such as crack mapping, rut depth, and ride quality. And this work will really help kind of steer our pavement preservation program into the future, helping identify some of these locations a little bit easier, a little bit more efficiently, and kind of help guide that patch pave and overlay decisions for the future. We're also looking at working with a consultant and putting an RFP out for our ADT, which is our traffic count data collection. The current equipment that we have from Time Mark is unsupported now. We're at a position where the equipment we have just is not reliable in terms of the data that we're getting anymore. So we're looking at two things: getting a consultant under contract to come and collect our traffic counts countywide, and then also invest in some new equipment and a couple of radars and some traffic counters, to help us with the classification part of those counts.
Give me a quick question there.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job. That ADT, so we're going to own the equipment and then the IT support will help with the data analysis? Or is that all kind of in-house and they just provide general support?
The IT support will be there to help us set up the software and everything initially, but then we'll run everything in-house.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Yeah, and just to clarify that, to make sure that we're clear. So we're looking at hiring a consultant to do countywide ADT and then purchasing equipment for us to do some little spot checks here or there if we need to, but not the equipment that we would need to do countywide.
Okay.
Yeah, that's for now.
Okay.
We're going to see how that goes and see what the cost and the price is to see whether that's the way we want to continue in the future or whether we want to basically purchase more equipment to do it in-house.
Okay. And what is the schedule generally for the countywide? analysis?
Don't have a schedule yet, but
Okay.
yeah, it'll be next year because we typically don't do counts in the wintertime because it's very
Generally, how
tired.
often are we required to, or how often do we collect that generally?
There's no requirement. I remember there being a question going around a few years ago through the Oasis, listserv community. And I was surprised at the number of counties that responded that they don't collect counts anymore. We feel it's necessary, like we just went through our functional classification, to justify why a road is a major collector or a minor collector. In addition to that, if we were to do any grants, say for a bridge grant, then they want accurate trip counts there. The little onesie twosie stuff that we need is for like a speed zone investigation or just determining, what kind of truck traffic we've got, at this location and answering individual questions like that.
Yeah, and that's primarily why there's two different pieces of equipment that we're looking at. One is a radar to help with getting that speed investigation portion, all the information we need for that. And then the traffic counts kind of help us know a little bit more about how our roads are being used by the different types of vehicles and just overall volume of vehicles also.
You mentioned classification in that description. So now I'm curious, in classification, in my mind, that says it's distinguishing between trucks and light vehicles.
That's correct.
Oh, okay. So how wide a range can it sense? Can we do light truck versus heavy truck or really heavy truck?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So FHWA has 13 different vehicle classifications. We're able to identify all 13 with those two counters.
Yeah, great information to have.
Yep.
I'm sure we'd all love to hear the results in ways that are expressed,
Yeah.
to commissioners versus
Yeah.
engineers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then just to wrap things up, so our vegetation management county, we had a successful spring spray program with Rome Forestry. They took care of that, was completed in April timeframe of this year. And our fall spray program is going to be completed by Woodland Resources. They're going to be starting at the end of this month. Tentatively, their schedule right now is September 29th through October 10th. So we'll be completing that here within the next couple of weeks.
Will that be all shoulders?
Uh,
Or is that just a district or a regional kind of application?
It will be all shoulders for our right-of-way spray. There will be some targeted species that will be targeted as needed, where they are present. But so some of that, to answer your question, yes, we're going around targeting broadleaf and any of the vegetation that's in the right-of-way, but there's some specific stuff that will get targeted specifically. And that's it for me.
Any questions?
I'm curious about, because I haven't heard anything for a while about where we're at on the bridges near Helmet Park. Both
Yes.
bridges.
So we're waiting for an agreement on that from ODOT. Originally, that project was awarded funding for the rehab. And they asked us if we wanted to get started early, which we said,
This for the steel bridge.
yes. And so they pulled out, I think it was 500,000 and they put it in the 21-24 step. And that allowed us to get started with the design and then they put the rest of construction money in the 24-27 step. That sat around and for whatever reason, didn't move along very fast. And then ODOT decided that they didn't want to go out and have a consultant design the bridge, that they were going to do it in-house because of, their budgetary problems. So in looking at the IGA, I said, well, I don't want to do that because we own any cost overruns. The county pays 100% of those. And so I didn't have confidence that ODOT would be able to do that and keep everything under budget. So we can't deliver the project. We're not a certified local public agency. So we partnered with Marion County to deliver the project for us. And at that point in time, when we worked out all of that agreement out, ODOT said that they needed to change the IGA. So we had an IGA to do the $500,000 or so of the design work. And they said they're not doing them that way anymore. They do the whole IGA. So. And then I think that fell on the back of their desk for about 6 or 8 months and it really hasn't moved. But recently we got an update from them that when Commissioner Moorhorse asked the question to them, and so we expect them to get an agreement to Marion County hopefully sooner than later.
So how far off schedule are we on that particular bridge?
Several years.
Thanks.
Yes.
And the other bridge,
What other bridge?
the wooden bridge,
There is no,
are we weight limited yet or, yeah? Okay.
No.
And we're not in any safety hazard on that bridge? I'd heard lots of rumbling in the past, so,
no,
okay.
no. I mean, that's at some point in time when that bridge needs to be replaced, that's going to be a very expensive bridge because of its length.
Just want to make sure people know we're talking about it.
Yeah, so that's on what's called the Lucky Mute overflow. And so when we do this bridge master plan, you know, that will sit somewhere there in that priority list of, you know, when that needs to be addressed. And then we'll look at how we want to address it. I've got some ideas about maybe some alternates there where we don't end up with a 300-foot long bridge.
Good, thank you for the spraying those fog lines. The other night, I got like a lot of comments on the new ones. So
Good.
really make a difference.
Did we have anything else that we needed to add on per our conversation on Monday specific to 223 and Highway 22 work?
Regarding,
Bypass?
the detours. No, I don't think we need to add anything on there. It's just when we provide comments, what we have provided comments back to ODOT regarding the IGA. And we've insisted that all of the detour routes be placed in that IGA, not just select ones. And we've also indicated our opposition to their proposed use of Coville Road as a detour route.
I think it's appropriate for you to hear me on the record that I pitched the lignite issue with Regional Solutions yesterday, who knew nothing, the coordinator knew nothing about this. And I expressed our concerns as a board over what we're being pushed into for these detours for Bethel Road project, and asked her to have a conversation with her representative from ODOT about why we're so one-sided about this conversation. So anticipate hearing back from the governor's office specific to this. Because I told her all the specifics about it, and again, she didn't know. So I wanted to make sure that, you know, while we're continuing to have conversations and trying to figure out pathways to have a true partnership with ODOT, that we get a little encouragement from those that sit in a place where they can encourage them to do that. So, okay, that's all I have. Thank you both.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good report. Okay, Mr. Hawkins, reclass.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the board. Today I'm here to request a couple of reclassifications of employees, and just to keep the public works theme going, I'll start with the request in Public Works that we reclassify Matt Wallace from a heavy equipment operator to a lead heavy equipment operator. In the memo that I provided, you'll see that we received information from a supervisor about not only his leadership skills that he's shown, but him taking lead on projects and already kind of taking on these duties. So we would request that this actually be effective September 1st. We still have time to make that happen for payroll. And we would be looking at approximate fiscal impact, including PERS contributions, for a 12-month period of around $7,000.
I'm good.
Yep,
Thank you. Want me to just keep going?
please.
All right, the next reclassification request I have is from Health Services, and this is for Devin Bindrum. We're, if you'd remember, I think it was last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, we reclassed some other supervisors in there. Devin is currently a Health Services Supervisor 2. we're requesting that she be reclassified to a Health Services Supervisor 3. Again, due to the organizational changes that they've been undergoing over there. Devin's taken on a significant role, and to be honest, has one of the highest, I'm going to call it caseloads, if you will, of employees that she's supervising. So if the board approves this reclassification, also we're requesting that it would be effective September 1. And we're looking at a fiscal impact of approximately $4,000.
Good.
Great. Thank you all.
Good.
Okay, do we have a need for an executive session?
Yes, sir.
Any other business to come before the board? All right, hearing none, we're adjourned.